My favorite memory of GAB was definitely the first two meetings that we had in person. Even though it was socially distant and we were all kind of far apart, it was really nice to like connect faces to names, and it really like built a sense of community and I would say trust. And in those meetings, we were talking about what our goals were going to be for the different organizations, and I think that it was really helpful to like see people and really have a group connection.
My favorite memory of GAB was getting to meet women in Chester County who had a variety of jobs that could help us determine who we were going to choose for the grant and who would receive the money. And I just enjoyed getting to talk to them about the experiences that they had had and the ways that they included philanthropy into their everyday lives.
I would say my favorite part of GAB was definitely being able to see all these amazing women who run these organizations in our area and being able to see how passionate they are about their causes through site visits. Even though, everything was virtual this year, you can still definitely see that passion, and it's just really amazing to see all the work that they put in, especially with COVID this year. So that was definitely my favorite part.
I would say my favorite part was getting to meet women from all over our community and getting to meet with women leaders of our community and really seeing how inspiring they are for our generation.
I'd say fun. Even though this year was obviously different with the coronavirus pandemic, we couldn't meet in person for a majority of the meetings. I think Giovanna and Jasmine really found ways for us to have fun during the meetings and, with different activities.
I would say empowering, just because they kind of showed us the types of problems that people in our community face, and then they also gave us the tools to help solve them. So it was a great way to help the community.
It was a really positive experience. I loved meeting people that shared interests with me, and everyone was really nice and uplifting. I also really enjoyed seeing the impact we had on the community.
All of the second year girls were very helpful and acted sort of as mentors to us and guided us through what needed to be done. And I really thought that was helpful. It was also definitely very strange to only have 2 in-person meetings, but even the ones that we did online were so much fun.
Being in my second year, it was definitely it made my experience better because I was already bonded with the other second year girls and I was already friends with them. So it kind of gave a nice foundation for us to already be comfortable discussing and making our opinions known with each other. Because they're also accepting and receptive to everyone's opinions and ideas. So that was helpful. And also it was really nice to be able to mentor the first year girls, because last year we were the first year girls and we kind of had to be led through the process. But then this year we knew how it went and we could, give some guidance and advice to the first year girls, which was nice to see them go through the process like we did.
Yeah, I definitely agree, especially with the mentorship part. It was really great since we already have been through the experience, to give them any helpful insights into what we learned last year, and as well as meet a whole new group of girls who had similar passions as we do.
I would say my favorite site visit was the Crime Victim Center of Chester County, because during my site visit, I very much enjoyed all the people there who talked about why it's very important for the sexual assault victims in our community to ensure their rights. And I think that's very important for people, so they know that they can speak out and get help.
My favorite organization is also the Crime Victim Center. The site visit was very not only informative, but very beneficial, because I enjoyed the way that they use their resilience to fight against COVID in order to maintain their same motives. I also like the fact that they try to increase their language barriers and make sure that they're able to incorporate different ethnicities and nationalities.
One of my favorite site visits was the clinic. I'm so glad that they were one of the organizations that we chose to fund this year. They are a pretty small organization that's seeking growth. They don't get a lot of funding from the state or federal government. They're completely donor-based. I love that they're going the extra mile to provide for the Chester County community, even with their obstacles. The people that we talked to were super friendly. They were transparent about both their long-term goals, the problems that they've faced and are facing, and just optimistic about providing healthcare for people that can't afford it.
My favorite site visit was LCH. I thought that they were really well versed in what they were doing, and I loved that they were very transparent in exactly where our money was going towards. It was definitely a great organization to invest in, and they were great about every single question that they asked, and they had amazing representatives there that knew exactly what they were talking about.
My name is Giovanna Wiley, and it's my second year coordinating GAB. My experience has been so awesome and phenomenal, even with the pandemic and all the political turmoil, the racial turmoil, everything that we experienced. It's just been so motivating and refreshing to be a part of the GAB program, to coordinate the GAB program, to connect with Jasmine and all of the GAB girls. Our first 2 sessions, luckily, we were able to have virtually, and that's always an amazing thing to be able to see the girls come together as they're all from different parts of the county, and just breaking out of their shells and interacting, and us connecting with the host and things like that. Obviously, we didn't get to have the traditional experience with all the food. I know the second year girls miss that so much, but even virtually, watching the girls make decisions, learn more about their community, connect to these agencies, and learn, what is happening, what these agencies are doing for their local community and the impact that it has. And then also watching the girls, come to consensus and be able to make decisions about who we want to grant and why we want to fund them, and, what issues we need to focus on within our own communities has been such a phenomenal experience. I look forward to seeing what these girls do next with their lives. I look forward to the first year girls coming back next year, and I look forward to the GAB legacy continuing.
So I'm Jasmine Mendez. So I was the intern at the fund this year and the co-leader with Giovanna at GAB. And being a part of GAB has been something that I have never done before, and honestly was so uncomfortable with at first, but the whole experience has been extremely welcoming. Giovanna's been very welcoming. All the girls are just so nice, so pleasant. And like Giovanna said, even with the pandemic, it was definitely a challenge, getting that energy through the screens, but the energy was there and you can feel it, and you can tell the girls are so passionate, with the priorities they picked. And I honestly think this group of girls is smarter than I ever was at their age. They're so enlightened, so woke. They're just there. And I feel very happy and confident to know that our future has a group of girls like this that are entering the work field. They're great. And this whole experience has been very enlightening for me as well. Just learning new things with the whole granting process, and also becoming more comfortable leading groups and building connections. So it's just been an amazing experience, and I'm hoping, even though I will be graduating in May, to stay connected with the fun, with GAB, and with the girls.
Just like all the other GAB girls said, this past year has been amazing, even through the difficulties, but I'm extremely proud of the way that we have persevered and made a difference in our community. And the past 2 years being in GAB have been amazing, and I'm so thankful for this group of girls that I've met. Up next, we have a poem recitation of Amanda Gorman's poem that she read at the 2021 inauguration. I hope you enjoy.
We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover.
And in every known nook
of our nation and every corner
called our country,
our people diverse
and beautiful will emerge.
Battered and beautiful.
When day comes,
we step out
of the shade
and unafraid.
The new dawn
blooms as we free it.
For there is always light.
If only we're brave
enough to see it.
If only we're brave
enough to be it.